Get her, Jade.
I didn't get to watch this game live, but the second I saw the score, I knew I had to make a video about it. Now, I was never a Charge hater, but I was definitely a Charge doubter. Let's be real, they collapsed down the stretch in last year's playoff race, and then they went into international break on a 3-game losing streak and were sitting in last place in the league. But that break actually ended up being full of good omens for the Charge. Jenner and Mashmeyer looked fantastic in the rivalry series, and Ottawa's coach, Carla McLeod, led Czechia to a dominant 7-2 win over Finland. Specifically, Vanisová went off, 2 goals and 2 assists during the Euro Hockey Tour. And of course, we have to talk about the Ottawa Charge fans. They're this team's superpower. They had planned their own unofficial Pride Night for this game, but thanks to 40 centimeters of snow, a lot of them couldn't make it and had to reschedule. Even so, 5,854 fans still showed up and cheered their heads off. The first 5 minutes of this game kind of felt like a typical Charge game as they struggled to get shots on goal. But when they finally got their first shot on goal, it was also their first goal. McMahon took advantage of a mistake by Hensley to put this one away. Markowski took a penalty for illegal body checking, but Mashmeyer had it locked down. Now, I might have seen the score before I watched the game, but I was not expecting this. Gabbie Hughes, you are my hero. And shout out to the fan in the jailbreak outfit with the Charge chain. 10s across the board. They definitely manifested this moment. And let's not forget, this isn't Gabbie Hughes' only amazing shorthanded goal. Go check out my clutch calculator video if you haven't already. So the Charge had 2 goals on 2 shots, but the Frost weren't gonna go down easily. Curl got a goal. When she scored, the crowd erupted in boos.
That's it right back on a quick shot. Britta Curl makes it 2-1.
Charge fans are loud, but there's some extra tea here. Curl's past like tweets, which were seen as homophobic, transphobic, and racist, had already made her unpopular. Charge fans made it crystal clear that any homophobia, transphobia, or racism wouldn't be tolerated in their rink. Minnesota would go on to tie the game up. But if it makes you feel any better, it was an absolutely beautiful goal by Kava. Honestly, I love this goal. If the Frost had to score, this is exactly how I would have wanted it to happen. And just like that, Ottawa had blown their 2-goal lead. Typical Ottawa, right? Throughout this first period, the Frost had looked like the better offensive team, but Hensley had been shaky in goal, and the Charge took full advantage. I have no idea what was said in the locker room, but the Charge definitely took the substance. If you've made it this far in this video and you haven't seen the movie, it's a drug that creates a younger, stronger, more perfect version of yourself, but at a cost. Everybody loves fancy looking goals, but something about the grittiness and persistence of this Gabbie Hughes goal itches my brain just right. A fight broke out at the end of a power play. Zumwinkel was whacking away at it, and then LaRock jumps on her. Meanwhile, Curl gets into it with LaRock, and Savalainen grabs Shepard's cage from behind. Happy birthday, Liz Shepard. We're headed to 4-on-4 hockey now.
I got punched in the face. Anyway.
Vanisová scores, and this is glorious. At this point, Hensley gets pulled, and honestly, I did feel bad for her, but we needed to put her out of her misery. It was 4 goals on 12 shots. The Charge continued to be relentless, applying heavy pressure to Minnesota. Vanisová gets another one off a rebound. This is really when I felt like things started to shift. It felt like a true team goal. Everybody on the Charge was firing on all cylinders. Meanwhile, the Minnesota Frost had switched their goaltender, and it still wasn't enough. Just 1 minute later, Victoria Bach nutmegs this Frost defender. You might not catch it at first, but the puck goes right through the defender's legs. I'm just so happy to see her flourishing with this team after being traded to Ottawa back on New Year's Eve. Even though it was a 6-2 game at this point, Minnesota kept battling, and things boiled over when Heisey took a penalty. Now, Ottawa had a big lead, but their power play was still their one weak spot. They hadn't scored a power play goal in their last 5 games and had the lowest efficiency in the league. This shot by Jenner is just so beautiful. Literally inject it into my veins. I could watch it on repeat forever.
Yeah, bitch. Work.
It had to end this way. Vanisová gets her hat trick just 20 seconds later.
Talented, brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular, never the same, totally unique, completely not ever been done before, unafraid to reference or not reference, put it in a blender, shit on it, vomit on it, eat it, give birth to it.
At this point, we had fully transcended into a different universe with Ottawa Charge fans chanting, "We want 10!"
As the fans rain down a "We want 10."
Now, Minnesota would eventually get one back with this beautiful shot from Jakes. I'm a big Jakes fan, so it's tough seeing her look so depressed after scoring, but yeah, at this point the game was pretty much over. Despite not putting up a ton of shots, Ottawa had been insanely efficient and completely dominated the game. This was the Charge's first home win since their home opener, and they really made it count. Even when I had my doubts about the Charge, their fans have always been incredibly loyal, vocal, and supportive. The fans waited for this win, and it did not disappoint. I often make videos about specific players, and while tonight certainly had its stars, it felt good to celebrate the entire team. Ottawa has shown flashes of brilliance, but it never felt like everything fully clicked until now. Seeing them finally reach their full potential was electric. I'm going to be attending the Ottawa vs Minnesota takeover game in Raleigh, so hit that subscribe button if you want more PWHL content. 365 Hockey Girl signing off.